pit lined up, ready for the opening kickoff as we get things underway. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's going to go for a big one. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
Well, the offense is getting aggressive, and they're trying to take a shot on that play. Just an awesome job in coverage on the back end defensively.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Off the play fake. Here comes the heat. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
This offense comes out clearly wanting to throw the football. Nothing good on first down with incompletion. And how about this? You've got to protect your quarterback. That is priority number one, and they give up a sack on play 2.
And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
So we're scoreless. Their first drive of the game, and this coach is wasting no time taking a gamble by going for it on 4th down in his own territory. He's got an open man. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. 4th and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Reed. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Looking for a man. It's Holstein. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Off the play fake on 1st down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Hits a seam wide open. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. And you know the line they kick around at Ohio State, Woody Hayes, forward pass, 2 of the 3 things that can happen are bad. Woody had dudes like this, he'd be spinning that magic bean all over this place.
You ain't lying. My, how times have changed. Now it is pass, pass, pass. Find explosive playmakers like this on the outside. Get them the football.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wide receiver going in motion. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Makes the catch, it's Smith. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Oh, a lot of space. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch. They've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Direct snap. It's Reed. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 after the 29.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Back to throw. It's Holstein. Fires to the right. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Quarterback making checks. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Finds a tight end. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, 1 snap, put it in the end zone. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. The returner will field it and bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Sends it back in motion. Snap to the back. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Back has it. Finding an escape route. The Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few. Still some work to do for the first down. Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Holstein. Looking to the big tight end. Makes a connection. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
And if you're going to throw a heater like that as a quarterback, you better be accurate, because tips lead to picks, especially when you're throwing it over the middle of the field. That time trying to find his tight end.
He'll take a shot. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Grabbed in the middle, it's Smith. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Rolling, throwing, looking right. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll have to get it to the 37 on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Pressure coming. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. They've got him for the sack, and they'll get the ball back after the 4th down stop.
That's a tough place to be if you're the quarterback, too. On 4th down, the defense dials up the blitz, and you just feel the pocket constricting around you. It's like a black hole. There's just nothing you can do. It's hard to see receivers downfield. It's hard to step up, and on that play, you're helpless, and you know that you're losing possession and you're coming off the field.
He gets it across the 40 and out of bounds at the 38.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
They might go back to that one in a big spot as they pick up the first down out of the Wildcat. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. He wants to throw. The Panthers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Holstein. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! They have won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. They'll start this drive going to the air. Going to throw it over the top of the D. He's got it inside the 30. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the...
And it's caught! Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, the throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points...
There he goes! They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Panthers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Now the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Connection to the right. Good, solid tackle. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
But when you're throwing these comeback routes, man, the timing has got to be so good between the two of them because you know the ball is going to be in the air a long time. You can't throw it late. It's going to get picked. That time, really nice job getting it out early, and the receiver doing a nice job on his route so that the ball was right on him as soon as he turned around.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Holds it in, the 1st down and more. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Scanning the field, it's Holstein. Here's a hit. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Wants to adjust the pattern. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Might be looking to run. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Lost one deep down the right side. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. The Buckeyes will kick it off to start the 2nd half. Coming out with it, it's Robinson. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. On the move. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the 1st half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. He's got a 1st down. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the 3rd quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
The Panthers need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Holstein. finds his big tight end. He is denied, cannot get to the first down marker, and it's fourth down coming.
Now, fourth down.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. He's got it, first down and more. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the art and talent on the throw.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, oh, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
I mean, he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Snap to the back. And it's picked off for the third time today. Going the other way, and he's got room. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
Man, it's so frustrating as a coach because you go into half and you're like, listen, this is what they've been doing. This is what we're getting. Let's go out and execute. And what do? First drive, you throw an interception.
He's loose. Turning it on. Touchdown, Ohio State. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Holstein. Throws to the back. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Looking to take a shot. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision.
One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. As we'll see the number 22 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Vols will kick it away first. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff. And he'll be stopped at the 17. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the snap, it's Thompson. They forged ahead just a bit, not a lot working with the Wildcat there. Quarterback may change this route. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get those running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Taylor wants to throw. He'll off one deep down the left side. Pulls in the deep ball. Open spaces. Touchdown, Mississippi State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy shows you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Try to get it to the edge. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Turning on the Jets. At the 30. He's at the touchdown ball. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Offensive line, give me a crack, I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
And the point after is good. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed them for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Motion from the wideout. Taylor wants to throw it. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
And we've already seen this movie early in this football game, and he already has a touchdown, and they're seeking him again. And there's a reason. He can run, right? Like, he's one of their go-to guys on the outside, and you can tell they're trying to use him early and often in this offense.
He did not make it a stone wall on third down. Mississippi State right back to the line. Quarterback making adjustments. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He was looking for a little more on that return, but he hands this offense a short field at the 35.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. And that throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got it! And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Volunteers! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. This is a designed run. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Taylor wants to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, they hooked up already once for a score today, so the quarterback's going back to him again deep down the field, but it falls incomplete.
The sweet feet buy a little time. At the 35, he's got room. Couldn't find any more room up the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 36. Mississippi State comes out after picking up the first down. Wants to go up top on first down. He turns it loose to the left. Catch inside the 30 and still running. He is feeling it. A huge play. Almost took it to the house, but they got him at the 24. Wants to throw on first down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Got room on the return. The 30. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Tennessee. The defense does the work itself with a pick 6.
This guy really is the complete linebacker. Not only is he physical and not only can he play downhill to stop the run, this guy is a weapon in pass coverage. You saw it on that play. What can't this guy do?
And the extra point was good to finish things off. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. And the Bulldogs moving quickly to the line. the gun. They'll run it inside. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Moving out of the pocket. He'll pull it down and run. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
Throws to the wideout. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Oh, they're after him. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Using his legs, it's Thomas. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. To the air, it's Aguilar. Trying to get behind the defense. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown ball!
This offense is really dangerous because of the weapons they have on the perimeter of the field. And you're seeing they go to these guys early, and they try to give them opportunities in one-on-one situations and vertically down the field. 2 passing touchdowns now early for this offense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Quarterback on the keeper. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. Got stuffed on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Looking to fire. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
They'll run the screen.
3rd down is money down. You got to find a way to execute and get the ball out, get it to your playmakers. That was the opposite of that. They got it to their playmakers, and they got absolutely nowhere. Lost yards on the play. 4th down now upcoming.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. He's got it in, more than enough for a 1st down. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. Pocket breaking down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
And I expect them after that incompletion to go for it here on 4th down again. I know they're in their own end of the field right now, but we talked to the coaching staff coming into this one. They said, we are going to be aggressive no matter what. We haven't seen the punter in this game yet for them, and I don't think you're going to see.
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
I'll tell you something, in college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere, an absolute ball hawk.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Caught in the backfield, it's Thomas. There he goes. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
They've moved it into scoring territory. 1st and 10 from the 11. To the air, it's Aguilar. He wants it all. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
Mississippi State, 7.
On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. To the air on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Quarterback now breaking the field. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Now on the move. Plows through the defense.
Really nice job by the defense that time, getting a stop. They've been really good so far in this one, shutting this guy down, not letting him break out. You've got the lead. It's tight, though. And you know the opponent is going to keep trying to run it. So can you keep this up here in the 2nd half on defense? That's the question.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Offense calls a timeout here, critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab, plenty for the 1st down. Wide open spaces. Lots of running room. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
You got to wonder if that's going to be the play that changes the momentum in this game for the offense. It had been tough. They were up against it here early in the game, but the quarterback now starting to find a little bit of a rhythm. Really nice touch and throw on that touchdown. And here we go. This might be the play that gives them their confidence.
And the extra point is good. They still trail 35-14. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Still a big hill in front of them, and they'll try to start the climb with an onside kick. It looked as if he got a hand on it before it traveled 10 yards, and that's going to be a penalty. They were trying to steal a possession to draw a little closer in this game, but the ball didn't go 10 yards, so they'll take over the football with the lead.
On the double. 29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Defense playing a bail technique. Looking downfield, it's Aguilar. Under fire. With the catch, it's Matthews. Finds a crease at the 20. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up first and goal.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Looking to throw. Touchdown, Tennessee! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. And this defense is just getting squeezed by the Big Orange, and he's cutting him up like Peyton Manning.
And no answers. I mean, he's really had his way. They haven't made him feel uncomfortable. If I'm a Vols fan, I'm jacked up that I got this guy at quarterback because he's showing he can put up some big numbers.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Third down coming up.
The Bulldogs are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. Taylor wants to throw it. Looking left. He's got it. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. And the Bulldogs in the hurry up.
First down, Bulldogs.
Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the right. Almost had the completion. Just missed it.
And you got to put that one on the receiver. That's just a flat-out drop. That's a good throw by the quarterback. That's a catch that receiver needs to make.
The offense changing the play. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
From the gun, he'll try to throw. Into the end zone. Touchdown ball. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Gets the back moving. A designed run for the quarterback. He breaks a tackle.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Snatches it on the right. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
He's not afraid to go deep. Got it in stride inside the 20. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to pass inside the red zone. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. So the first half has come to a close. We'll take a break and head over to the halftime show. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Man, how about that? You come out of the locker room, you just had a little bit of a break, you rested, you told your club we're going to come out, and now we're going to be aggressive. We're going to kick an onside, even though we're winning and you failed. Now this defense better step up and respond.
That's caught. It's Staley. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They'll run play action. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Back to pass, it's Aguilar. Gonna let it fly. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. Because no game is perfect. Something has to go wrong, so the coach will have something to gripe about in film. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. They'll move the wide receiver. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit. First down, 2nd down coming.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
Hits him inside the 20, still going. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. wide receiver comes in motion. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. And he was trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now.
And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. The Vols buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on 1st down. He makes a catch. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
And the defense decides to bring the blitz, and no problem for the offense. No panic whatsoever. They understood it. They saw what was coming. Still were able to function and not even worry about it or get sped up by the blitz.
He's going for it all. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, that one falls incomplete. That hasn't happened a whole lot today, though. This dude has been lighting this defense up with his speed. He showed great hands. He just weren't able to come down with that one.
Wants to throw again. Looking down the middle. Got him downfield. Oh, he's got some space. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. And the Volunteers come to the line with a new set of downs. The corners are walked up tight. From the red zone, looking for a man. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Aguilar. Unloads to the wideout. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
The Volunteers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He's looking to pass. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers! Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. He might want another play. Looking to throw on 1st down. Takes a shot as he lets it go. He's got it down the right side. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Motion from the wide receiver. Taylor wants to throw. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Bulldog. He has been surgical, precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but that's why they're called the hands team. Great job recovering that ball.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. He wants to take the top off. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. Trying to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And when you think about free safeties, you think about hitters, right? You think about guys that spin down to the box. You don't think about coverage as much as you do with corners. But a nice job by staying with his man. Man-to-man coverage isn't always an easy proposition, but it's a good job staying with his guy, making the INT.
Might be changing the route. Looking to throw on first down. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
That's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
Taylor wants to throw it. Makes the grab on the big throw. Hits the afterburners. It's a seam wide open. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down. And we'll see if they get another playoff here in the third. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Now on first and goal, let's see what Mississippi State does. He'll set up to throw. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy. And because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football. And that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the fourth quarter.
Starts to scramble to the left. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
It's got to be frustrating to be this quarterback in this game, too. Just has never had confidence being able to step up in the pocket and deliver throws. When he gets flushed, they're still taking away all the throws down the field. It's just been one of those days.
And they just couldn't find a hole. Down in the red zone, the field shrinks. So much harder to complete those passes. But fourth and short. Now, decision time, baby.
A fourth quarter field goal down by this much, and that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead. Now, incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
The pass didn't work last time. It might this time. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
Obviously, this game hasn't gone the way they would have liked, but coaches are always looking for positive moments and things that you can build on. How about that young man going out, getting an interception? Yeah, they're being blown out. They're probably not going to win this football game, but that is the type of play that as a coaching staff you can build on for next week's game.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Taylor wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Picked off to stop the threat. Looking for more room. He's at the 40. At the 20. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Tennessee.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense. Here in the fourth quarter, they're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive.
Tennessee, 62. Mississippi State, 22.
On the run from inside his own. And the ball is loose on the return. Corralled by the kicking team. And he's in for the score. Touchdown.
And this is why a lot of coaches don't kick the ball out of the end zone. They want them to return the football so something good can happen. So you can put a hat on a football, cause a fumble, make something happen, Palmer, and that's exactly what the kickoff unit does.
Man, I love kickoff coverage units, David, that take pride in their jobs. These guys want to line up. They want to run down the field and hurt somebody. That was a huge game-changing play to not just create the turnover, but to score a touchdown.
And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. On the direct snap, it's Daniels. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them outflanked with the Wildcat.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Oh, a lot of space. There he goes. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. They still do count it for 6.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note, a little bit.
They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. So here is the Tennessee offense. Defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
I tell you, I love the mentality by this offense right now. They've got a pretty big lead. They're still being aggressive, taking shots, and they're finding the matchups they like. And, man, they're taking advantage right now.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Runs through the tackle. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Looking for a man. It's Aguilar. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
And the offense comes up short on 3rd down, but I'll tell you what, they've still had a good day. There's so many positives to point to. I'll be interested to see if they go for it here on 4th down. They don't have to. They got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, showed a variety of all kinds of things. Now it's just about how they want to finish.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Davis. He's in open space downfield. Shakes off the defender. They found a little running room out of the Wildcats, still short of the first down marker. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. Fires on the move. Makes the grab. At the 40, there he goes. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Wants to go up top on first down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
That's a play the defense needed, right? It's been a battle all game long. Here we are. It's late. Everybody's tired. They've given up a few yards on this drive, but they come away with a huge sack at a big moment.
He wants to go deep. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. The Bulldogs need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on third down. Taylor wants to throw it. He rifles one deep to the left. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the...
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete. The long pass on fourth down is to no avail.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points on the scoreboard.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Back to pass. Now rolling to the left. He's going to take off. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there.
Well, this defense is not going to be patient with this quarterback. They know that they have to affect him and they have to dictate to him. So that time, they send the blitz. They're not even giving him an opportunity to sit back there and peruse the field. They flush him out. They're able to rally to him, get him down to the ground. I like the aggressive nature of the defense here.
They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. And the Vols come to the line with a fresh set of downs. DB's right up on the receivers. If there's time to pad the stats. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Touchdown Bulldogs! The defense gets it done with a huge interception return.
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house, maybe build some momentum for some future games.
Here comes the two-point try. Taylor wants to throw. He's got the two-point conversion, but that deficit is still huge. Well, some might think this head coach has a tough locker room speech after this one. I would suggest that he starts with, "That's just bad."
Bad. Or, as Reese Davis would say, ungood. Just very ungood performance. Flush this one down the toilet. Move on. It's not your best day. You lost in ugly fashion, to be honest, but better days ahead.
And I think a lot of this has to come on the shoulders of the players. They need to be able to realize they just didn't do enough. So they've got to turn the page. They've got to go back to work, have a great week of practice, and put out a better effort next week.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.